India will shortly launch its first expedition to Mars. Its mission to assess whether or not there is or ever has been life on the red planet. Many in the Indian scientific community are proud of the nation's space program, but there's concern the mission to Mars has been poorly planned. Some critics say it's solely aimed at furthering India's position in the space race with China, at a time when the money could be better spent on helping India's poor. India correspondent Stephanie March reports.
All 4 systems, and you go on modulation, all 4, and keying with a go. Roger, you're loud and clear here also. Voice control, you contact net 2. Voice control. Roger, honeysuckle.
From my childhood, I wanted to be an astronaut, so it's not easy in my country to become an astronaut. Where is the moon?
Only 2 Indians have ever been in space, a fact that deeply frustrates space enthusiast Vinod Kotia.
We are destined for exploration, the humankind. So we have to explore our wing in the deep space. Someday we can't survive in the Earth for a long time. Someday we have to go to other planets. So why not we start today?
He's one of 200,000 Indians to have applied to be part of the Mars One project, a not-for-profit organisation based in Europe that plans to establish a permanent human settlement on Mars in 2023. Successful applicants win a one-way ticket to the Red Planet.
But above all, I have a deep passion to explore the universe. Gravity is very less, my bone density will decay, my muscles will decay. So I will not be able to live again on Earth when I come back. So it's better to live there and die there instead of coming back and die terribly on the Earth.
He isn't the only Indian keen to get to Mars. The nation's government and space agency, ISRO, want to get there too, and they're a little more advanced in their planning. ISRO is about to embark on its first mission to the Red Planet.
This probe is going to look at the Martian atmosphere and particularly to look at the methane composition in the atmosphere.
The presence of methane means the possibility of life on Mars. If all goes well, the craft will take 9 months from its launch date to reach its destination.
This is a path-breaking mission that opens up new vistas of outer space exploration.
India is proud of its space program. It was the first country to confirm the presence of liquid water on the moon during its 2008 lunar voyage. But this latest mission has led some in the science community to question the space program's direction and the motivation behind it.
Ignition sequence normal and liftoff normal.
The rocket that is going to take this satellite to Mars is actually not designed for deep space exploration or interplanetary exploration. It's a small rocket.
There won't be another launch window for this mission until 2016, but some fear India's pushing ahead with a less than ideal rocket for another reason.
There's been commentary in the papers, in the press about the space race between India and China. That must have been at the back of the mind somewhere, but frankly speaking, whether there was a space race or not, India would have wanted to get a mission to Mars at some point of time.
The Mars mission will cost a little less than $100 million, cheap by international space program standards, but critics say the money should be spent on India's problems back on Earth.
This is in my view, a perversity, because you're really spending money on, the moon mission and the Mars mission, which is completely disproportionate in quantity to what we spend on, absolutely basic needs for the people, of the population.
A recent report from India's Rural Development Ministry found that only 18% of the country's rural population have access to clean drinking water, electricity and toilets.
I would say build toilets, improve, the drinking water supply system in the whole country, give people better health care. I would put that $100 million dollars into a universal vaccination program, beef that up.
Again, we have achieved a perfect launch. PSLVC.
Supporters of the space program say it's achieved a great deal for the average person in India.
India has used its space program for explorations of its natural resources, for remote sensing, for mapping of mineral resources, of forest area, land resources, which has again yielded enormous developmental dividends.
This sort of scientific output and benefits, I mean, they're marginal, if not trivial, actually. You know, why is India getting into this business? Just to claim prestige.
The benefits of space exploration may be marginal now, but some believe they may one day provide the solution to many more of India's problems.
I hope that in future government should colonize the moon and Mars. We have to plan for that. So that would be much better than just having a simple missions like just going there and coming back. We should now think for colonization. We should now think for utilizing the resources of other planets, moon, asteroids.